Okay, well, I think I'm going to go ahead and start with the opening remarks. I hope everyone can hear me. Uh, First, I'm going to cry a little bit. Oh, man, this is hard. Anyway, welcome everybody. I know you're here because you love Margaret. You know the difference that she's made on the planet. And I know that you're feeling almost as much sorrow as I am. What I'm going to do is I've got sort of an agenda here that I'm going to follow. Uh, Craig has made Jessica the host. I think you're looking at her picture on the screen right now, I hope. Everybody that's signed in, their microphones are muted just to keep the confusion to a minimum. The meeting is being recorded because there are a lot of people who said they cannot be here, but they would like to see it. And those are my opening remarks. I think Jessica has a video that she's going to play. So I hope everybody that's coming on is on. You want to run the video, Jessica? Jessica, can you pause that for just a second? Probably the most important thing about this video is the song was written by Margaret's son, Carl. And he is the musician, the singer, and the guitar player on the video. So 100% of the video music goes to Carl. Thank you, Jessica.
No problem.
Mama, we love you so. Our hearts will follow wherever you go. And Mama, you raised us right, born free to go, try and be nice. And your Arkansas hazel blue eyes come pretty darn nice with your southern smile. Grandma, we love you so. Our hearts will follow wherever you go. In your bright little red VW thing we'll drive to Casa de Muchos Besos, feeling good inside. In your Arkansas hazel blue eyes go pretty darn nice with your soft San Carlos orange and yellow, red, pink and purple, golden sunset skies. Fly high with your family love. Fly high with your family love. Margaret, and we love you so. Our hearts will follow wherever you go. Maggie, we may meet in heaven one day. Sure would be sweet, some folks say. But if we meet again as dirt and tree, that'd be mighty fine with you and me. Arkansas hazel blue eyes come pretty darn nice with your southern smile. Your golden rainbow dream realized, your man and friends and family by your side. Your golden rainbow dream realized, your man and friends and family by your side. Arkansas, hazel blue eyes go pretty darn nice with your soft San Carlos, orange and yellow, red, pink and purple, golden sunset skies. Fly high with your family love. Fly high with your family love.
Oh, that was hard. Craig put the video together, and he is a web expert. So I sent him a few photos that I thought would, that Margaret and me, and then he found some old family photos that go back to way back. And so, Craig, thank you very much for putting the video together, and Carl, I can't thank you enough for the song. So, Craig, you want to take over from here?
Hi there.
There you go.
All right, so this will be hard, but I'm going to get through it. So, since this is a celebration of life, I thought I'd tell a story. My first day of kindergarten. It's funny to me, but it is a celebration of life. So this is a story of my first day of kindergarten. Mom walked me to school on the first day, and on the way, I was trying to convince her to turn back because I didn't want to go to school. She kept saying, it'll be okay, but I didn't believe her. When we got there got to my room, the kindergarten room, all the kids were finger painting and having fun. So they put a smock on me and led me to my chair where I started painting. But I kept my eye on the door. As soon as Mom left, I waited a couple minutes before I fled out the door as fast as I could run. I thought Mom had headed home, but she had gone to the school office to let them know that I might flee. But I took off before she could even alert them, and I ran all the way home to Grandma's house. That's how I missed my first day of school. I thought I'd be in big trouble when Mom got home, but she was shocked to see me, not knowing I had bolted. But she was very understanding and comforting. Day 2 was a success. I went back to school and never took off again. That's my story. She was a wonderful woman and a wonderful mom. And I always knew that I was loved. That's it. Thank you.
Okay. Jessica, are you looking? Can you see all of the photos? I mean, who would like to speak next, I guess is the question.
I believe you have Betty and Jesse scheduled next.
Betty and Jesse, are you guys on? They may be a little technologically challenged.
No problem. I've pushed the button to unmute for the name Betty.
Okay, Ben. Hi,
There you go, Irving. Hi, Irv. Hi, Betty.
our heart goes out to you and your family. You know, Margaret was loved by all of us girls. We enjoyed having the weekly Thursday breakfasts. We'll miss her terribly. I enjoyed Margaret very much. A very, very lovely woman. And her kids were very lucky to have her. And you.
And also, George, you should know no more sorrow in your life.
Right.
Thank you. A little background on Jesse and Betty. We've known them for a long, long time. And they have a nice house here in San Carlos, and he's a fisherman. And Betty's had her own struggles with the big sea and has survived and done very well. Love you, Betty.
Thank you.
And when they're not here, they're in Alaska fishing. And when they're here, they're in Alameda, San Carlos fishing. Irving fishes. All right. Next.
I believe we have Lisa Waddell, but I can't find it on the list. So Lisa, I see you waving. Is that you?
No,
Okay,
that's Lisa Waddell. Lisa, are you there?
hang on a second. I just clicked to ask to unmute. I can see you waving, so I gotcha. You should get a notification to unmute.
Thank
There you
you.
go.
There she is.
Here I is. Hi, everybody. Margaret meant so much to us. She was more than a friend. She was such a beautiful, beautiful light in our lives. Whether it was her infectious laugh, which we loved, her quiet strength, or the way she made everyone feel seen and heard. Margaret had a way of making the ordinary seem extraordinary. The lessons she taught us, the love she gave us, and the memories we'll cherish forever. We want to remember Margaret with gratitude. Gratitude for the time we had, the love we shared, and the ways she shaped our lives. We want to honor who she was and what she stood for. So let's carry forward her spirit in kindness, in laughter, and in courage. Thank you, Margaret, my beautiful light, for everything.
So back to Lisa for just a second. Lisa and John, we met them horseback riding down here in San Carlos, and we spent a lot of time together horseback riding. But the most important thing that I think people need to know is Lisa let me adopt her and give her away at her wedding.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anytime, sweetie.
Love you.
Not guaranteed.
All right, next you have Linda Gerber. I have requested to unmute. I'm looking for you, Linda.
You got
There we
me?
go. I've got you.
Okay.
Linda, your camera is not on. It's okay. I just wanted to let you know.
I know, but I can't. Let's see. Start the video.
Yes.
There you
There
go.
you go.
You're on, you went off. You just flashed on.
I got it on now.
There you are.
I tried to pull it up on my computer, but I just kept getting a. I put it on my phone. It works better. Well, Margaret and I were such good friends. I will miss her so much. She's one of my best friends. Her and I started the ladies' breakfast on Thursday together, along with another lady named Zivia, who has now also passed, and our other friend, Leslie Nelson, who has also passed. And I will miss her so much. Her and I had lots of lovely talks together and many lunches together. Love you, Margaret.
All right, I believe next we have Lynn Reynard. I've asked to unmute. I am looking for you, Lynn.
Okay, how's that? I don't
Hi,
know.
Lynn.
One
You're
Hi,
second.
perfect.
George. Hi, everybody.
With fish.
You need to mute, Irv, you need to mute, please.
I'm known as Herbie the fisherman.
My
Irv, Irv, you need to mute.
Oh, I
They
thought
got
I
it.
was on mute.
No worries, they got it.
Right. Hey, Lynn.
Hey, George. My story about lovely Margaret is not as long as some of the other ones prior, but the first time I met Margaret, she made me feel so at home, so welcomed. I'm sure she was a wonderful host at your house for all the people that came in and parked their RVs and enjoyed San Carlos. And I'm sure she had great words to send them to the best places to eat, the best beaches to go to. She was a wonderful woman. I'm going to say we'll miss her, but I know she's watching over us and she will continue to watch over us here in San Carlos and watch over you too, George.
Okay, I need to add a little comment for Jack and Lynn. They're really, really good friends, and they drive a hard bargain.
Yeah.
They have a beautiful Monarch fifth wheel that they've been living in for the last 3 years, and it's just a really, really nice vehicle. And what I'm going to be doing, so those of you who haven't already heard, I'm going to be moving onto one of our RV spots here on the property. I'm not leaving the property or anything like that. But Lynn and Jack gave me a really, really good deal on a beautiful fifth wheel. So I will be moving into that with 2 dogs and 2 cats and be renting out the house because I won't be needing this much space. So thank you. Thank you.
We're ready when you are.
Okay. Okay.
I believe
Next.
next we have Moosey, but I can't find a Moosey in the list. I'm gonna guess it's a nickname.
Lucy.
It's
Mo-
Melissa Nicoletti.
Melissa.
There we
you
go.
go.
Moosey,
There
there
we
they are.
Thank you.
We're here. So I as well did not know Maggie and George for nearly as long as a lot of you. But I can tell you that within 20 seconds of meeting her, I knew that I was in love. If she wasn't married to George, I'd have taken her away. So my story is my sweet Ricky here. He puts up with a lot of my volunteering and all of our work in the community. And George and Maggie gave so much to the San Carlos community. And Maggie always put up with George's antics, kind of like Ricky puts up with mine as far as volunteering. Um, but they mean so much to this community, and we would not be here if it weren't for them, and we wouldn't know what we know if it weren't for them. And we had several wonderful, wonderful dinners together and long conversations, and we just love you both so very much, and thank you for everything that you have given to this community. And we
So-
will miss Maggie very much.
So go ahead, Rick. I'm sorry.
I have to second everything that my lovely wife said. What strikes me most about Maggie and George is they're what we aspire to be. You two were Batman and Robin. She was your Robin. She supported you, and you two were the best friends. You could just see it in your smiles and your talk and your conversation. You were best pals, and we strive to do the same thing. You're our heroes, and if Melissa and I can maintain a relationship as you and Maggie did, we will have solved all of our problems and done what we really aspired to do in life, and that's to be best pals to the end. And we will miss Maggie, and I'm sure you will, George. And we sure love you. Anything you need, we're always here.
I think I was just going to add about Moosey. Moosey tops me in volunteering. She is
That is not true.
She is the chief cook and bottle washer at Riscotti. And I need to add something about Riscotti. Riscotti is the volunteer ambulance service here, staffed by several really very good EMTs, and it's supported entirely by donations. You get a Riscotti gold card for what is $100 a year or something, Lucy?
150, I think, yeah.
Yeah, and if you need an ambulance, you need an EMT, you call Riscotti and they're there. They never ask you for your card because they're going to be there whether you bought a card or not. And when I brought Margaret back from Tucson, I asked Dr. Canali if he could have Riscotti meet me at the gate to help get Margaret out of the car and into the house. Riscotti was waiting at the gate when I drove up. We love you guys.
We love you too, and we're sending all our love to all of family and friends.
Okay, thank you. Not you.
Last on my list, I have Tom Eames.
Hey, Tom.
Hey, George.
There you are.
There you are.
For those who don't know me, I'm Debbie's husband. Debbie being Margaret's daughter. We've been married for 37 years. We met 38 years ago. Now, what was unusual here is that I actually had known Margaret for years before Debbie and I ever met. But Margaret was not our matchmaker. She could have been, but she wasn't. Our matchmaker was a mutual friend. Lived in the neighborhood that I did, same neighborhood. We were both active in the Preservation Society in Alameda, and we belonged to a men's group a small men's group in the neighborhood that used to watch Monday Night Football together. And he and I also were often on the same bus to San Francisco in the morning to go to work. And one morning he says to me, "I've got someone I think you should meet." And he said she was a tenant in a small apartment building that he and his wife own. That's the building in my virtual background here. It's at the corner of Grand Street and Santa Clara Avenue in Alameda. And he told me that she was about 30 years old. He said she's pretty cool and she has red hair. And as we were getting off the bus, he said, "Oh, by the way, she's Margaret Gadsby's daughter." And he told me this just like, by the way, a fact. And I didn't realize this until recently, but finding that out, hearing that from him, made what I subsequently did and went through very, very easy because I knew Margaret, and I knew that, as they say, the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. And so it made it very easy for me to connect with Debbie. I'm a shy person by nature, and for me to make a cold call to a 30-year-old pretty cool redhead cold call, that would have been very hard for me to do, but it wasn't. And I realized just in this past week that the reason that was easy was because I knew that she was Margaret's daughter. So said she wasn't our matchmaker, but I think of her now as kind of the assistant matchmaker affiliate. And the only thing I regret is that I didn't figure this out a little sooner and thank Margaret So, thank you, Margaret. Thank you.
You've been a pretty good son-in-law. I think you've taken pretty good care of Debbie as well. Thank you.
Well, I couldn't have had a better mother-in-law. That wasn't possible.
Okay. Well, you know, it's just one big happy family, right? Somebody else?
The list is now complete that I have, so now it's just either chat requests or somebody unmuting and speaking up.
Let's see, I've got 16 chats here. Let me see if I can open it.
If anybody that has their camera on would like to speak, just wave at me. I can look at you and unmute you. Okay, I see Charles here. I'm going to pin you. Here we go. Can you unmute? Does it let you request to unmute?
I think we figured it out.
I see Amber.
There you go. There you go.
Really well. Hello, Debbie. Hello, George. We only known Maggie for about 2 years, but when I first met her, it was like love at first talking. We bonded instantly. I loved her dearly, and I know that she will always be in here with me. I will miss her physically, but spiritually, I will always love her, and I know that she loved me more like her, daughter, I hope, because we were close to age. But I will never forget this woman. She's lovely inside and out. Goodbye, Maggie.
An insight on Charles and Max. They are living upstairs. They're renting the apartment. Max took care of all the animals for us while we were up in Tucson. She's been a great house sitter, dog sitter, cat sitter, bird sitter, lizard sitter, tarantula sitter. If it's got legs or lips, she feeds it. So we love you guys. Thanks for being upstairs.
Thank you, George.
Thank you, George.
Bye. Okay.
All right. If anybody else would like to wave your hand, I will.
Amber.
There
Amber.
you go. I see. Okay. Hang on a second. I see Sean.
Nope. Is our camera not on?
I think it was a meeting.
Oh. I can hear somebody. I see the user that you've unmuted. I'll pin you next. We're gonna start here with Sean.
Video.
Can you unmute Sean?
I don't know how to do this.
I see you speaking. The one that said I don't know how to do this. I will help you next. Don't worry. Sean, you're up. Go for it.
Wait, am I Sean?
You are Sean. Well, that's the name that's on it.
Really, Sean?
Yeah, Sean Kemp.
Yeah, I mean, Sean Kemp's good stuff. No, I'm Scott.
Hey, Scott.
Yay, Grandpa
Hey, Scott.
G.
Right.
Look, I'm not gonna take too much time. I just want to say that she was wonderful and she was kind and she was always happy and friendly. And so it was a lot of things about the world is less friendly, less loving, less kind without her in it. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
That's very sweet. Thank you.
Amber,
Right.
can you find Amber?
I will look for Amber, but there's a user that has unmuted.
Go with user.
Okay, here we go. I am trying to pin you. There you go. You're unmuted. Go for it. Can you see yourself?
You go.
Yep.
There you go. You're in the dark. We can't really see you. Who is this?
Oh, it's Julia Diane.
Okay.
I don't mean to be in the dark. Here, Tom, will you close that curtain, please? So Diane and I are here together. I met Miss Maggie 8 years ago, 9 years ago, whenever softball started. And that's when I met you, George.
Yes, you did.
Yeah. And then get your face in here. And then we had, okay, yeah, it's too dark. Anyway, we had our Thursday morning breakfasts. And yeah, Maggie was a special woman. She meant a lot into my heart. And George, so do you. Now, I just don't know what, oh, I have the football game on for her. I had to use Tom's computer so the football game could be in the back because her and I always talked sports. And we had the love of sports together. We'd always talk about who was winning what and who did wrong and what team was the best. And I'm going to miss Maggie a whole bunch. And I will always cherish our last moments that we had together when we came over and saw her and her darling little voice. And the I love yous when we left. I'll always treasure that, George. And you know, we always have you in our heart too. Okay?
Okay.
Do you want to say anything? Diane can't say anything.
You want to just cry a lot there, Diane? Put a cry a lot.
We stay together, her and I.
Well, I want to say a little something about both of you guys. Diane and James, or Santiago, or whatever he wants to call himself today, Santa Claus. They've been really long time, great friends down here. We love them dearly. We've had many good parties up at their house. They've got a wonderful swimming pool. We love to be in their lap pool and swim. James is a great cook. He always has a great barbecue going. They have a ton of friends, and we're just really proud to be included among their group. So we love you, Diane. We love you, James. We love you, James. We love all of you. Skippy, we love you.
I love you too, honey.
Love you, George.
All right.
Thank you. I am now going to ask to unmute Amber. Amber in here.
Yes, I'm here.
There you go. I'm an opinion.
Thanks. I'll give my own backstory. I met George and Margaret 25 years ago when I was 17, and I was working at the golf course here in Alameda. And George was looking for a new, admin assistant for the real estate company they were running out of their townhouse on Bay Farm. And I was very skeptical, you guys, like very skeptical. I'm a 17-year-old girl waiting tables at the golf course, and this man approaches me about a job that sounds too good to be true.
Let me break in here. Let me break in here. I was having breakfast at the golf course, a really nice little restaurant, course, and the golf course, golfers and people coming and going. And I saw this young woman walk in the door, walk over to the cupboard, get her apron on, walk behind the counter, walk up to the cash register with the biggest smile I'd ever seen, and says, "May I help you next? May I help you, sir?" Whoever was next. And I said, "That's a person that I need to have working for me." So now I'm stuck with, how do I ask this 17-year-old girl the question? So I wrote on a napkin. I said, "I'm not a dirty old man. I really have a job to offer for you. If you're interested, call me." And you did.
It was, yes. So that was, fortunately, Margaret was, not too far away when I came to the interview. So I've known you guys what feels like my whole adult life, because it was. And so I worked with George and Margaret for about 5 years, I want to say, almost 5 years. And during that time, I can't emphasize enough how much I felt like a part of your family. The care and attention that I got both in my professional development as well as my personal life is something that I have taken with me all these years. I can recall one story that I think is kind of funny, where a boyfriend of mine at the time was coming to pick me up from your house on Rosewood. And he honked his car outside, and Margaret goes, "Is that your boyfriend?" And I said, "Yes." And she goes, "Amber, don't ever let a man honk for you and you come out to him." And I swear to you, I will never forget those words. And so I do want everyone to know that you know, your relationship, George, with Margaret is something that is one in a million. You guys both are full of so much love and joy, and you share that with everyone you meet. And that's so special. And I'll never forget it. And I will always be grateful. And so I love you guys so much. And I just want you to know that.
Can we say hi to Luna?
Yes, this is Luna.
Hi, Luna. You're pretty.
George says hi.
Hey, if
Say
I come
hi.
back and open a real estate office in Alameda, will you come work for me?
I don't know. I'm probably going to steal her for a commercial.
There you go. Thank you, sweetie. Amber, we love you. We love you forever.
Forever and ever.
All right. Thank you. Did Tina, did Tina make it on the list?
I don't think so. I promised Craig that I would pin for Cindy next, but then I can look for. I'm
Go
sorry.
where you go where you need to go. I was just wondering about Tina because Tina and Amber both came on about the same time with very similar stories.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Well, Craig, I'm trying to look for you in the window here. Go ahead, start speaking.
Hi there.
There you, Cindy, there you are. I see you. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for doing this, by the way. We appreciate it.
Of course.
So
Cindy, I can't hear you.
you can't hear me?
No, you get closer to the speaker or a little louder. It's just me. Maybe everybody else can hear you.
So Tom, I want to say, you know, Margaret knows how you feel. I think she's here with us. So she probably just heard that beautiful tribute that you made to her. And I told George she's going to be up there helping him, pulling strings, helping him go through this hard time. I feel like I have family members that have passed and they're pulling strings for me all the time. And so what I wanted to say is when I met Margaret and George, they were so welcoming. You know, it's nerve-wracking meeting, you know, the parents of who you're dating. And Margaret was always so kind. You always hear these stories about the mother-in-law, you know, and friends complaining about their in-laws. And I'm like, the best in-laws. I mean, they're always like, so nice. Margaret is the sweetest thing. She doesn't interfere in any way. She's great and supportive, but always very welcoming. So I was lucky to have that. And we love seeing how Margaret had such a fun career in real estate, having, you know, her own practice with George, which is kind of freeing as an agent, not having to work for someone else, and then getting to retire in such a sunny, fun place. And it's just nice to see someone have a long, fulfilled life of 90 years. So, and Craig and I have been married 35 years. So I got to have all that time where she was just a great mother-in-law. You know, that's the kind of mother-in-law you like to have. That's just always, you know, supportive and always welcoming and making you feel welcome to the family. So we're going to miss her. So anyway, George, you hang in there.
Thank you so much, Cindy. You were so much help down here. We really, really appreciated it. Cindy and Craig came down to Tucson when Margaret was in the rehab and basically ran the rehab. and then after I got Margaret home, they came back down to San Carlos and they spent a week down here helping me get organized and really, you know, taking care of Margaret. Thank you so much. I want to wave to somebody. Vicky Bokenkamp. Vicky, I wanted to wave especially to you. I love you so much. Vicky's had her own challenges with cancer, which we lost a good friend, Hans, many years ago. Hans was the naked German fisherman. You know the story, Vicky? Oh, that's okay. All right, who else wanted to talk? I'm sorry, back to you, Jessica. I see so many people that I love so much out here. It's just so hard.
No need for apologies at all. I totally understand. I saw Adriana Rogers waving at me. All right, I'm going to pin you here.
Adriana, yeah.
Thank you. Can you hear me, Grandpa?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much for bringing us. My name's Andriana. I'm Carl's daughter. Um, just such a beautiful experience. I just wanted to share a couple of things. I have this fun memory of when we came down to visit you, Grandpa G, and Grandma, and we were in Mexico, and my dad tried to teach me how to drive the thing, and I almost crashed it in another car on some dirt road, and we had some good times in Mexico, and I've been thinking a lot about Grandma this past week, and I've been keeping her really close in my heart, and I think just of the legacy that she leaves and what I carry forward and have inherited from her. And one, for sure, I inherited her very petite stature. The women in our family are tiny, and I think maybe eventually I got a little bit taller than her, but not by much. But for such a strong sense of self, and strength, and just this commitment to building a life, this big, beautiful life. And it's so amazing to see all the people that touched her life. Um, so that's what I hope to carry forward in mine. And I just want to say hello and that I love you and love you, Dad, and Aunt Deb, and Uncle Craig, and Aunt Cindy, and Uncle Tom, and love you so much.
We love you, Andrea. My first memory of Adriana was she was probably just starting to crawl. And Carl and Amelia were in a smaller house over in kind of a valley, a little gully area it was. And Adriana was not having anything to do with anybody except me. I got down on the floor with my hands and knees. I had a baseball cap, and she and I played trade the cap back and forth for probably 25 or 30 minutes. Love you, baby.
Love you and all the turtles in Alameda. I had fun.
Yeah, yeah. Emily and Adriana came and helped me stock and maintain the turtle pond in Alameda. Thanks, baby.
There's a Rosie and Dawn that's been unmuted. I'm curious if you'd like to speak.
Sure, I would.
Hi.
Can you hear me? I was just typing it out. We were renters in the RV spots. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you
Yes,
might.
we can hear you.
You don't have your camera on, but we can hear you fine.
Yeah, I don't know why. Anyway, yeah, so we were renters in the RV spots, and I remember when we first came to inquire, Maggie said, "No, we're full." And they were very busy at the time. But then as we began to talk, she was willing to trade information with us, phone numbers and so on. And the next thing you know, she called us and said, "We have 2 weeks available. Would you like to come?" We said yes. We were dying to stay there. And so we came for the 2 weeks, and then we came for another season, I think. One season, I can't remember exactly. And we had a little dog, Penny. And they had, of course, a lot of dogs, big dogs. And Maggie was very fastidious about keeping that poop picked up. And and one day she saw me out there helping. And she came running over to me. "Oh, no, 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 Rosie, your dog is so little. You shouldn't have to do that. Don't do that anymore." And I went, "What?" She was watching out for me. She did not want me doing something that I shouldn't need to be doing. And I went, "Who is this woman?" So then I started to visit with her in your living room, watching sports with no volume and having the best chats. And George, we really loved our time at your ranchito, at the House of Many Kisses. We really did.
Thank you, Rosie. How's Don's knees? Are they okay?
He's good. Thank you for asking.
These are topped off.
And I just had my second hip done, so we're bionic.
All right, well, come on back down, okay? We haven't had no Canadian snowbirds this year. Nobody wants to. Border.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh. And we want to, and perhaps we will.
Well, come on down.
Okay. Thanks, George.
All right, sweetie.
Love you. Bye-bye.
If
Hey,
there's
Al.
anybody else,
Al. Yeah. You want to tell anybody about your background? Turn the mic on.
you gotta unmute there, Al.
I can unmute. Hey, Al. Okay, tell us about your background. It was kind of Margaret's idea.
I'm not sure. It's been so long, George. I don't remember. I think we probably first met through the Chamber of Commerce. I don't know what you're referring to.
I'm talking about your background picture, the Veterans Park.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. So I'm in Alameda, California. George and Margaret spent 20 years here, maybe.
Yeah, more
in
than
real estate.
Yeah.
And behind me, the picture behind me is what we call Veterans Memorial Park in Alameda. It used to be an old vacant lot at the corner of two major roads, and it was a real eyesore. And the city, with some prodding by certain prominent individuals, finally cleaned it up, turned it into a city park. And it's to honor veterans. And there is a line of Italian cypress trees surrounding the park. And at the foot of each of the cypress trees is a small monument. And citizens of Alameda were invited to sponsor the park by purchasing one of the stones there. And Margaret and George purchased one to help support the effort because, as most of you probably know, George was a veteran of Vietnam. He was in the Navy. He was in the Riverine Fleet. And their monument is a tribute to the men, probably mostly men, that George served with in Vietnam. And it just happens that the flag is at half mast this morning. I went out this morning to take the picture. I just wanted to let George know that Alameda hadn't forgotten Maggie.
Thanks, Al. You're fairly close. I got out of the Navy in July of 1964. Vietnam got hot in August of 1964. I missed being a Vietnam vet by less than 30 days. But the plaque is to honor the people who did serve behind me.
I'll put a picture of the plaque in the comments so that everybody can take a look at it.
Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you. Anybody else? Hello, Brad. Come on.
We have
Come on.
two people coming. So first it'll be Brad, and then after Brad it'll be Cheryl.
Hey George, how you doing?
I'm doing as well as can be expected.
Yep.
I'm about out of water though. I think I'm going to have a drink.
I'll probably take over for you then in a couple of minutes.
Before you do, Brad is the most empathetic human being I have ever met. So he will wet all over his shirt before he finishes. Now go ahead.
Oh, George, that wasn't very nice. Next men's group meeting, you're in trouble.
40 years.
So one of my associates, so I know George and Margaret back in the Alameda days, probably 45 years now. And I always connect Margaret with food. And I remember one of the first time that George invited me to his house to play poker. It was my first time playing poker with that bunch of guys. And Margaret was in the kitchen. She was making dinner. And I remember it was hamburgers. And I wound up losing $87 that night. And I walked in the kitchen and said, Margaret, that was a delicious hamburger. And it was also the most expensive hamburger I've ever eaten in my entire life. Thank you very much. And to this day, it is still the most expensive hamburger I've ever eaten in my entire life. And I thank you, Margaret. And next time we're down there to visit, George, we'll raise a glass or whatever we raise, and
we'll have a hamburger.
We'll have a hamburger. Okay, you're on. That's it. Love you guys. Love you, Matt.
I need to give you a little background on Brad and Marie, mostly on Brad. Brad and I met through a community workshop many, many years ago in San Francisco. And at the time, Brad was what would you call yourself at that time, Brad?
A PE teacher.
A what? A PE?
Physical education teacher.
That's not the word I was looking for, but we'll go with PE teacher for now. And one of the parts of the community project was the holiday project, where we would go out to the convalescent hospitals on Christmas Day, not Christmas Eve, not Christmas week, but on Christmas Day, because none of the folks in the convalescent hospitals were really getting visitors on that day because everybody was home doing their Christmas thing. So we had a group of people. We were one of many, many groups, and Brad was always our Christmas elf. He was the right size, the right shape, and the right personality to be our Christmas elf at the holiday project. And the people at the convalescent hospitals just absolutely love Brad.
And I still have the outfit, and it still fits. Oh, stop. It does fit. Well, it's a little tight.
Yeah, more than a little tight.
It's a little tight.
And I still have the socks I wore in gym class in high school. Yeah. All right. I'm sorry. All of you guys, I've got such a great personal connection to. It's like not hard to have something to say about all of you guys because I love you all so much.
All right, we have Cheryl.
Hi, everyone. This is hard, huh? Aunt Margaret. Well, Aunt Margaret's my aunt. And I just wanted to share, like, with my cousin Debbie and my cousin Craig and Carl. Aunt Margaret used to keep us on the weekends, and we would listen to the ocean waves coming up from the beach on the patio. And we would play on the beach on the weekends, and at our grandma and grandpa's house, we would have Sunday dinners together. And those were Aunt Margaret. She just loved on us. She just loved on us kids. It didn't matter if she was your mom or your aunt. It didn't matter. If you need a whooping, she was going to whoop your butt. But if you needed a hug and a kiss and a Band-Aid, she was going to be there with a hug and a kiss and a Band-Aid. Do you know what I mean? When I was living in Oregon and my cousin Debbie was in Washington State, her and Uncle George even stopped by out of their way just to come and visit me and spend some time hanging out. And that just meant the world to me, to be able to have my family that didn't have any, they didn't need to stop, but they chose to. They chose to take time out of their vacation to spend it with me, their niece. You know, that means a lot. And I just want those memories of listening to the waves on the beach and my auntie holding me and rocking me, and my cousins playing with them with skateboards and being ornery on the beach and staying up late and doing ornery things that Auntie Margaret and Mom didn't know about. Linda is my mom. She's ornery too, and she told me stories about her and Auntie Margaret I won't say on here, but They did a lot of things their mom and dad didn't know about. But anyway, I just want to say that I love my cousins very much, and I miss you. And Uncle George, I am praying for you. You are dear to my heart, and all my cousins that I don't really know. My second cousins, I just wish you so much love and happiness in your lives. And I keep you in my thoughts and prayers, and I'm always here if any of you all need anything. I'm in Oklahoma, but I love y'all so much, and God bless you all, and thank you for letting me speak today.
Cheryl, make sure your mom gets a big hug, okay? I think that she would be here. I know she would be here if she could, and I don't think she is. So just make
She's not, but yeah, she's not doing so great, and she's taking this pretty hard. But I'm gonna call her as soon as we're done, and I'll let her know.
All right. Well, Craig is your cousin. Craig is recording this, so if you'd like, he can send you a link, and you can take it next time you visit with your mom, and you can play it for her.
I'm gonna, yeah, I will send it to my dad, and I will make sure that Dad plays it for her and knows how to. Thank you so much, Uncle George.
Okay, anytime, you know that. Merle, hello, Merle. Way down there in my right-hand corner here.
Yeah, well, George, we really appreciate you including us in this tribute to Margaret. It's something she certainly deserves. She's contributed so much to our lives, including helping us sell and buy a couple of houses. The thing I remember most about our experience together is George and Margaret invited us to go to a dinner in Alameda. It was on one of the ships. And we were there at the dinner, and they told us about they were going to take this trip to China, and invited us to go along, and we did. And so the four of us trekked around on this. It was an organized trip, but trekked around China for about 15 days. And we got along beautifully, and all had just a great time. If anything ever became a problem, Margaret was always the peacemakers. I remember that. And that's just a highlight of our lives, of being able to spend that time with Margaret and George. And I remember Margaret's appraisal of the trip. At the end of it, she said, "This was not a vacation. This was an education." And, I experienced the same sort of thing, that, her openness and all of our openness, I guess, to see how different things were in various places of the world was really, Margaret had a curiosity about her, which I just very much appreciated. And I never saw a place where people didn't enjoy being with Margaret. She was just so pleasant to always be around, and George too. And Ellie laughed. I remembered what I left out. But anyway, we very much appreciate both Margaret and George being a longstanding part of our lives together, probably for 40 years now. So thank you all for helping to celebrate Margaret's life with us.
The beautiful Ellie hasn't changed a bit in 40 years. Love you, dear.
Come over here.
I said, did she hear what I said?
Did you hear what he said?
No.
I said the beautiful Ellie hasn't changed a bit in 40 years.
Oh, thank you, George. We were so glad to see you early summer when you guys came to Reno.
Yeah,
what a treat, especially now.
That was a trip. We tried to get together with Brad and Marie, and we just couldn't make it work on the schedule. Okay, next.
Enoch, Israel, I believe. Enoch. Do you hear
George? Hello? Can you hear me?
Who's this?
George, this is Jesse.
Hey, Jesse, welcome on. Where are you?
I'm here at home in the bed. Okay.
Okay, I gotta find you on the screen here. Hang on. Oh, there you are. Okay. Hi, Jesse. Enoch
Hello?
Israel. Enoch Israel.
Oh, and no, that's my son, but I don't know how to use this high-tech stuff, so that's why we can't do this. I can fix anything, but not this. First, this is my wife, Bernice, and we'd just like to say, one is we are very, very sorry for your loss, and of course, to your kids. We'd like to thank just to have had the opportunity to have met Maggie, and that we loved Maggie very, very much, as we do you, George. And we're gonna miss her. We're gonna miss her smiles. We had the pleasure of cleaning her house and see her every week, to see her smiles. And that lady would not get mad for anything. She would yell at you, and then like a couple seconds later, she was the love of your life. It was an interesting way she had, but we loved her. We loved seeing her every week and the hugs she always gave us, and she was full of love. That's something that she had more than enough. You know, she was just love all the way around. Bernice, my wife, well, she doesn't speak English, but she was
She
saying
does.
that,
No, she speaks English.
okay, her English is very limited, but she says that she loves Maggie, she misses Maggie, and we had the honor and pleasure to have watched her and stayed with her on her last days. You know, Maggie said that she loved us, and that to us it meant it meant everything, because for someone to tell you that, um, it's a beautiful thing. It is, and it was just can't really find the words to express.
I can, Jesse. Just give me a second here. Jesse and Betty are our Mexican family. That's the word. You are our family down here.
Thank you, George. A ver, oh, está bien, Bere. No te preocupes, Bere. Está bien. And hopefully, George will be with you for a long time, and you'll be with us for a long time. And George, we'll take care of you too.
Okay.
We love you, dude.
One last note. I got hot water out of my cold water faucet again this morning.
I can't help you right now, but I will tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you. Mañana?
All right, man.
Mañana?
Mañana, George.
Mañana doesn't mean tomorrow. Mañana means not today. Okay.
It's possible.
Love you guys.
All right, man. Love you too.
If there's anybody else that would like to speak, you can chat or wave at the window, wave at the camera. Oh, Nancy, I've got you.
Hi, thank you for including me. And I met Margaret and George as part of the infamous men's group that my husband Otis was in. And wonderful men and the spouses and partners of the men, some of whom are on this call today on the Zoom remembrance. And George and Margaret invited the men's group down to San Carlos in March of 2023, and Margaret and George were very gracious hosts to all of us, and it was a wonderful time that I will always cherish. And I remember Margaret's warmth, charm, smile, laughter, food. It was a wonderful, wonderful time. And so I wanted to thank you for that. And George, if you need any
assistance or a guide through this widowed life. I've been doing it for 12 years, so if you need anything, I'm here for you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Nancy. Now, Nancy, a side trip for Nancy is that we were fortunate to attend Nancy's wedding, the strangest wedding I have ever been to in my entire life. Brad got it, right? So we were invited to attend the wedding out on the Captain Hornblower, which is a major tourist attraction on San Francisco Bay. I guess it was sponsored by your dad, Nancy? Okay.
Yes.
So yes, it was. It was great. It's the last time I ever got on a boat. The thing about a wedding on a boat in San Francisco Bay is you cannot leave unless you're going to swim. So, Nancy, how many ceremonies did you have? 3?
Well, that was the main one on the boat.
Oh, how many did you have on the boat? You had there was smoke and feathers.
Yeah, there were 2 officiants, my brother and a woman high priestess friend of mine at the time.
Very good. Well, I got to tell you, it is the strangest and one of the most memorable weddings I have ever been to. The food and the drink were great. Thank you, Nancy.
Thanks, George.
All right, I think we're whittling down here, George. But oh, I see a Windows Steven is the name on the account, but it's a beautiful woman here. So let me pin you.
Hi, we're Alex and Steve.
Hi, Alex.
Hi. And so you and Margaret were the first people that we made friends with in 2016 when we bought our place down the street from you, and you let us store our kayaks there till we came back to move in. And Maggie had just such a quiet strength. And I mean, you are so big and so noticeable and so involved. And she just,
Was it, you mean Chicken George?
yeah, and she was just, just salt of the earth grounding in all of your guys' adventures. And we loved having you over for different parties at our house, going out to dinner. I first met Maggie to get to talk to her, more one-on-one at Maru's at the hairdresser.
Oh, yes.
Where we all went for our mani and pedis and our hair. And this place in the marina where she would do is a spiritual place. And I forget the woman's name that had that. She's moved, but that's where she did chair yoga, and the Women for Sobriety met there with Paula Owen.
She's on the video, Joanne.
Yeah, yeah. And so, I got to know her away from you, and she was just the chatterbox,
How can you get away from George?
Well, she did, and I found her those places where I got away from you. And
Oh, I mean, at Maru's.
at Maru's, and
But I went to Maru's too.
yeah, and so does George. But we just had the best times with you guys. Now our trailer's there. We'll see you next week, because Tuesday we're going down. And I know I just watched your love unfold, especially through your Facebook posts. And I love my Maggie, and it's just heartbreaking when this happened. We heard of it, and it just unfolded so quickly. So we're just so grateful that we got to know you as friends and neighbors, and you're part of our lives, and been such an example of what a good marriage looks like, how each supports the
In
other.
real estate, they were good. Alexander and I have been in real estate for 30 plus years, and George,
Yeah, you told us your
George and Maggie,
story.
and they're still friends.
Yeah.
They're our role model.
Yes. Because, when you're working with your spouse in real estate, it can be hard. Probably not for you guys, but maybe for us. Yes.
Part of my wrap-up speech was going to say that we really enjoyed our time in real estate. She let me pretend I was the boss.
She told me some stories, she was just, her strength was just incredible. So thank you.
Well, it's like us Georges. I'm the broker of record, but she's in charge.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I'm the brokest. And George has taught us how to walk our dog. Matter of fact, our dog needs putting a little weight on. And George used to walk his dogs. And if you've ever seen George walk his dogs, it's really George drives the truck and the dogs run after the truck. And
He started doing that with Sammy. I don't know that I like that, but
They need a lot more exercise than I can give them. 2 new hips.
we love you guys, and then just
We'll
thank
see you
you.
on Tuesday, right?
Yes.
We'll be there on Wednesday.
Yeah. So
yeah,
couple of days.
We'll go to dinner, okay?
definitely. All right. Love you.
Bye.
Is there
Jessica.
anybody else that wants to go before George speaks? I'm looking for waving hands, or anybody can just unmute. We may have gotten all of them, George. Your call if you're ready.
Okay, my turn?
It's your turn.
Right. Yes. Well, I actually put a 3x5 card together, and it took up 2 whole sides to say what I was going to say. First of all, you guys know I love my Maggie. So Margaret was a Southern California girl. She was a beach girl, and she had come with her family out of Arkansas. She always said she was born in Fort Smith, Arkansas, but we looked at her birth certificate today, and it was not Fort Smith. It was apparently some suburb of Fort Smith. But she lived on the beach. She loved the beach. She loved the Strand, and that's where her kids are now, most of them. And when she went to work for Home Savings, actually, she went to work for one of the finance companies before she went to work for Home Savings. And so she and I both had a finance company background. I worked for Household Finance, and she worked for one of the others. And then she went to work for Home Savings. And then after her divorce, she requested and apparently got a transfer from Home Savings up to Oakland, California, and found her apartment to live on the beach in Alameda, California. And she made really good friends there. And but she was a single gal at that point, 45, 46 years old, and divorced, and footloose and fancy free. And one of the things that she apparently heard about at the same time I heard about was something called the EST training with Werner Erhard. And we didn't know each other, but she had signed up for the EST training. And at that time, I was going through my divorce, or actually just before I was going through my divorce, and I signed up for the EST training. The EST training was an interesting phenomenon because in order to sign up for the training, you had to be very, very specific about what it was that you wanted to get out of the training. It wasn't about your name or your address or your phone number or your whatever, or your checking account. It was what specifically do you want if you do the training. Well, Margaret related to me later that what she was looking for was a relationship because she was footloose and fancy free, and that was not suitable to her. She was looking for a relationship. She wasn't necessarily looking for a wedding or a marriage, but a relationship that would work. So I put down mine, and I put down that I wanted peace of mind. I was 40 years old, had a house, a wife, a car, a kid, a good job, money in the bank, and I just felt something was off. I felt nuts. I mean, how could you have everything that you could possibly want and still feel dissatisfied or unfulfilled? So I wrote down on mine that what I wanted out of the EST training was a relationship. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I wanted peace of mind. She wanted a relationship. I wanted peace of mind. So after the training, there were seminars that you could do, and there were a whole series of seminars. There were what's so and about, there were all kinds of seminars. And at the back of each room at seminars was a sign-up table that you could sign up for and pay for the next seminar in line. So Margaret and I were both cashiers in two specific seminars, and we knew each other from a small group that would meet after the seminars. We would all go to Denny's at 9:30, 10, or 11 o'clock at night, have a meal, and discuss what we had learned during the seminar. But in two specific seminars, Margaret and I were cashiers in the back of the room. And the first one was called About Sex. And during that seminar, you learned anything and everything you ever wanted to know about sex. So we were very carefully watching that from the back of the room at our table and watching about sex. And the bottom line was, when you're hot, you're hot. And when you're not, you're not. Some of you guys know that one. Okay, so the next seminar was about money. Guess what? We learned what there was to do about money in a relationship, about money in a marriage, about money. And so when Margaret and I decided to get married, we pretty well had money and sex worked out. There was, in the 42 years we were married, there was never, ever an argument about money or sex. There were some arguments about how many dogs I was going to have or how many cats we were going to have, but there was never an argument about sex. So that's kind of like where we met and how we got together. I was going through my divorce, and she and I were kind of figuring out how to make it all work. We were married 9 days after my divorce was final. Let me turn this back over here. So, yeah, so we decided we were going to make this thing work. The problem was that at that point, my divorce wasn't final. So what we decided to do was, before we could get married, we'd go ahead and go to our honeymoon. So Margaret and I traveled off to Tahiti and had a great honeymoon in Tahiti before we were married. Well, the divorce was taking a little longer than it was supposed to, but there was an opportunity to buy a house, so we bought a house together. So we did our honeymoon and bought our house, and then we got married. So we kind of did everything in a little bit reverse order, but it worked out pretty well for 42 years. Flip the page. Starting a real estate company, Margaret decided that she wanted to, first of all, she hated real estate agents. She was in the escrow department in the real estate at Home Savings, and all she ever knew was pushy real estate agents. Why isn't my paperwork done? How can you not approve that loan? What's going on with you? We hate Home Savings. So she decided that she really didn't like real estate agents, but I was an exception. So she quit her job at Home Savings, and she said, but I don't want to be a real estate agent. I want to be a property manager. So I said, okay. So she came to work in the office I was working at and went into the property management department. And after about 7 days, she saw the difference in my paycheck, and the difference in her paycheck. And she said, I think I want to be a real estate agent. So at that rate, Margaret became a real estate agent. We both became real estate brokers. And at one time, our broker, I don't know if he's on the line or not. Eileen, Pete, are you there? Our broker decided that things were moving too fast, and he did not want to get a fax machine. Up to that point, we were running papers back and forth between offices and back and forth between agents, and real estate offices were getting fax machines, and you could just fax things back and forth. It was so much faster, so much easier. But Pete said no, he didn't want to get a fax machine. And I said, okay, well, in that case, we're going to leave. We're going to open our own company. So Margaret and I left Alameda Realty, opened up Gadsby and Associates. We had $500 in the bank. We had 2 Mercedes-Benz and a house payment. And we said, we got to make this work. So we did make it work for several years, and we retired happily to Mexico as a result of that. So that was kind of our real estate career. I was the salesperson. She was the detail person. And if we would go out together as a couple, you could tell as soon as you met the couple that you were talking to. One of them was the mover, and the other one was the hesitant. And Margaret and I figured out real quickly that, okay, I'll talk to him and we'll get this thing together, or I'll talk to her and we'll get this thing together. So we made a really good real estate team. So as a result of that, we found ourselves working 7 days a week, 52 weeks a year. And we were making some pretty good money, but we didn't have any time off. So we went to a couple of seminars. They said, well, you just got to buy your time off. I said, well, how do you do that? And they said, you hire help. So we hired help like Amber and like Tina and like so many others. And they came in and they became us while we were gone. They allowed us to go to China for 5 weeks with no phone contact, no email, no phone at all. They said, what do we do if the place catches fire? I said, call the fire department. I can't help you. So that was our trip to China. But we were able to travel. We traveled over most of Europe. We traveled China. We got all the way down into South America, into Argentina. And the reason I mention this is because when I married Margaret, she was born in Arkansas, lived in Southern California, and had never, other than traveling across the states, been out of any of those places. And she said, show me the world. And one of our seminars was a What's So list. And What's So, she said, was she wanted to see the Great Wall of China. So we went and saw the Great Wall of China with Merle and Ellie and Norman. And anyway, I would come up with it anyway. But so, and Merle walked up to the top of the Great Wall. My asthma stopped me with Ellie and with Margaret about 3/4 of the way up. But Merle walked all the way up. And it was a great trip. So we got to see the world, and we got to do it on our own terms. We would pack a bag, we'd go to the airport. When does the next plane leave, and where does it go? And we would get on it, and that's where we went. We went to see lots of places, lots of time. It was traveled by the seat of our pants. It was like we get off the airplane, get in a taxi, and say, "Take us to a hotel," and they would take us to a hotel. And we come out of the hotel and we'd say, take us to a nice restaurant. And they would take us to the best restaurant in town. Or you could go to a jewelry store like our friends Gary and Linda. They said the jewelers have always got all the money and they know the best places in town. So you go to the jewelry store and you say, hey, if your mom and dad were in town for just one day, where would you take them to dinner? And the jeweler would tell you the best restaurant in town. And you could go to the best restaurant in town by asking the jeweler. We had some great adventures doing that. I think that pretty much, the rest of it is our 42 years, our last 21 down here in San Carlos. We made many trips all over the world. We made many, many trips into Mexico looking for the right spot. Our friends Gary and Linda Sulaj and our friends Bob and Margaret Pogue came back from a trip to San Carlos separately, and they said, you guys need to go to San Carlos and check it out. We came down, we were here 5 days, decided we were going to come back. We came back and we bought this house in, I think, the first 3 weeks we were down here. So it's been a really, really great ride. And when Margaret got sick, the diagnosis and prognosis were, you have had a stroke, you have pancreatic cancer, it's not good. And she said, take me to San Carlos, that's where I want to die. So we did, and she did. So give me a minute to compose myself. And Jennifer, if you'd put her picture back up for a second.
I'll be happy to. Just give me a second.
There you go. Thank you. All right. So what I asked.
Hang on, it's coming.
Okay. What I asked everybody in the original email when I let you all know that Margaret had died was that you grab a cold drink of your choice and have it ready to toast Margaret, at the end of the video. So I'm now going to go get my martini and bring it back. You take a second to grab a Coke or a soda or a beer or a glass of water, whatever it is you want. And when we get through here, we will toast Margaret. Okay, that was enough of that. Give everybody a chance to get back.
Hello, George.
Hello. Who's this?
Rita.
Rita,
Rita
where
from California.
Rita, where are you? I don't see you. Rita, where are
Oh,
you? Hold on. Change my view here. Let me go to speaker view. Speaker view. I don't see you, Rita. There you are.
okay,
Oh, there
there
you
I am.
are. Oh God, Rita. Let me tell them who you are before you talk, okay?
Okay.
When I went to work, when I took several promotions for household finance. They moved me around really, really fast, and I thought that was great. And one of the rules was you could never buy a house, because if you bought a house, you couldn't get promoted and you couldn't get transferred to another city. Household finance were very, very strict about that. But they transferred me to Alameda, California. And I said, you know what? This is where I want to stay. So I bought a house in Alameda, and I was the branch manager for household finance in Alameda, California. And when I took over the office, it was shaky. It's like any manager, you kind of have to bring your own people in and make it reflect your personality. Rita were you still in high school, Rita?
I think I had just graduated. I think. I'm old.
Rita,
I don't remember it all anymore.
a long time ago. Rita was a high school graduate, right out of school. I hired her, and she was the best hire I ever made. And here we are. See, that was 1970. No, that would have been 1960.
72, I think.
72, yes.
Yeah.
So now you can speak your piece, but you needed a setup.
Thank you. Oh, I'm not sure how to go into this, but for all the years that I've known you and Margaret, it was, just the sweetest people, just always from the get-go, George, always. And the time but when Jerome and I went that time, that was really special. That was really, really cool. We still talk about that when we get together. So it was just a really wonderful time. And you were such a cool boss too. I learned a lot from you. And I'm so sorry that she's gone. She was just such a sweet, sweet lady. And I don't say that about many people, because not many people are sweet or kind or loving, So I'll never bullshit you, George.
Oh, wait a minute, Rita, before you go on. Everybody on this video is sweet and kind and loving.
Well, good. Nice to meet you then.
That's why they're on the video. I didn't invite anybody that wasn't.
All right.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, God, what can I say? With the time that we were there, this is hard. It's really hard. Because I've known you longer than a lot of people.
You've
And
known me longer than anybody on this video.
yeah. Oh, really? Okay. Well, then we really do go back. But
Mañana tempranito.
there's another lady. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, that was an accidental. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Well, anytime I would see George, he would, after I went on to I learned a lot from George, actually, and I was able to get some really, really good jobs. And that really had to do with what I learned from George. And having met Margaret during the course of years, she was just always sweet, always kind, just a true lady. I don't consider myself a true lady. I'm kind of rough and tumble, but Margaret was a true lady. I definitely want to say that. So, my heart goes out to you, George. I know she's in a good place now. I'm just really sorry that's all I can say, honey.
Okay, well, we love you, Rita.
Well, yeah.
Okay. Thank you, baby.
All right.
A long time. Yes, you are oldest friend on this video. And I think didn't we eat at the Acapulco a few times together?
Oh, yes, yes. And actually, that they closed down and then some people took it over again using the Acapulco name, but it's just not the same. It's not as good as it used to be.
So if you want Mexican food, come on down.
Oh, I will. I will.
We
Actually,
have
you have what?
We have plenty.
Oh, I know. Actually, I have my son and and his wife living with me now, which is they're helping pay the mortgage. So that means I'm going to start doing some traveling finally. So I will be coming around.
One of the things that I remember about Rita, remember she worked for me really early on at Household Finance, but one of her side jobs a little later on in life was, and it's not side job anymore, it's her full-time gig. She's the balloon lady. She does clown work and some balloon work, and
you remember that.
And she helped us open our office on Grand Avenue with our truck.
Oh my gosh, that's right, me and Teresa. Oh Lord.
Okay.
We were clowns for you that time.
Where you were climbing all over that truck, blowing up balloons for everybody on the street.
Yeah, that was cool. That was cool.
Thank you.
Oh man. So what are your plans, George?
Okay, I am ready to wrap this up. I think we have a final photo of Margaret, and then if maybe you could just play the video one more time at the end of the thing, so if people want to stay on and see the video that they might have missed at the beginning.
I'll happily do that right now. So I'll play the video one more time, and then the record.
Let me do the toast first, and then play the video. Okay. There's a final picture you had up for Margaret that you were going to put up.
Yes, I did put it up while you went to go get a beverage. I'm happy to put it back up here. Give me a second while you prepare yourself for what you're going to say.
I've had 82 years to prepare for this, and you're never prepared.
That's true.
Okay, there we go. So, salud, folks. I love you all. Thank you so much for being here. I can't tell you how much it means. And the video is great. If you missed it, watch it. And if you watched it, watch it again. And it will be recorded. So for anybody like Craig and Carl, the music was beautiful. Thank you. The video, Craig, thank you. I love you guys. Watch the video. Salud, Margaret. We miss you.
Love you, Margaret and George.
The video is coming in a second.
Okay, thank you, Jessica. Jessica, you did a great job. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
To Maggie.
To Maggie.
Mama, we love you so. Our hearts will follow wherever you go. And Mama, you raised us right, born free to go. Try and be nice. And your Arkansas hazel blue eyes come pretty darn nice with your southern smile. Grandma, we love you so. Our hearts will follow wherever you go. In your bright little red VW thing we'll drive to Casa de Muchos Besos, feeling good inside. In your Arkansas hazel blue eyes go pretty darn nice with your soft San Carlos orange and yellow, red, pink and purple, golden sunset skies. Fly high with your family love. Fly high with your family love. Margaret, and we love you so. Our hearts will follow wherever you go. Maggie, we may meet in heaven one day. Sure would be sweet, some folks say. But if we meet again as dirt and tree, that'd be mighty fine with you and me. Arkansas hazel blue eyes come pretty darn nice with your southern smile. Your golden rainbow dream realized, your man and friends and family by your side. Your golden rainbow dream realized, your man and friends and family by your side. And your Arkansas hazel blue eyes go pretty darn nice with your soft San Carlos orange and yellow red, pink and purple golden sunset skies. Fly high with your family love. Fly high with your family love.
Margaret. Hello. Thank you so much, everybody. I love you all. Thank you for being here. You can go ahead and shut it down, I think, Jessica. Thank you, guys. I got all your waves. I got all your love. I got all your hugs. I got all your kisses.
We love you, George.
Well, you do. I will carry all this love out to Margaret this afternoon.